Good morning, cadets. We have seen a number of synonyms and also the questions on spotting errors. And remember that synonyms are very important for UPSC examination. You should know what are the synonyms first of all and the important ones, because the questions are quite often asked on synonyms and antonyms in UPSC NDA GAT examination. And all of you know that in GAT question paper, in general ability test question paper, English has weightage of 200 marks. In that, quite often, the questions have been asked on synonyms and antonyms. Usually, they ask 6 synonyms, so each one carries 4 marks. And keep this in the mind that synonyms are words which carry similar meaning. Not same meaning, it's a similar meaning. And you have to get familiar with very important and common synonyms. So first of all, you know that synonym is a word having the same or nearly the same meaning. So once you know the synonyms, you can always look for apt words in a particular context. And you can always look for another word in order to get rid of boredom in your speech. So you can use suitable words in those particular context. Though we have seen a number of synonyms, now a big list of them we'll discuss. And if you have any doubts about any of these synonymous words, you can also discuss about them. And this particular batch, I hope you'll be able to do well if you work sincerely and learn a number of synonyms that were given to you through WhatsApp groups. And now we are going to take up another list of synonyms. We'll take up a word and then we are going to see 4 synonyms of that particular word. Remember, we are going to see the words which are closer to the meaning of that particular word. So let's take up the first word, amazing. It was quite amazing. It was quite incredible. Unbelievable. We couldn't believe it. Incredible story. Unbelievable. Whatever has happened there. Improbable. It's not possible. Improbable. Astonishing. Amazing. Instead of incredible, you say unbelievable. Your tone should change there. Astonishing. Anger. Let's take up the word anger. Enrage. He was enraged. He was very angry. Instead of that, enrage. And remember, enrage What is it? It's a verb form. Infuriate. He was infuriated. He was very angry. Arouse. His emotions were aroused. Nettle. Angry. Wrathful. So you see the difference there. Angered is noun form here. Angry is adjective form. And all these words you see here. Wrathful, that's adjective. Full, whenever it comes, it will be adjective. He was very furious, that's also adjective. OUS is there. Enraged, but enraged, it can be, he was enraged, it can be adjective, it can be verb too. Indignant, he was very indignant. Answer, and he replied, he gave answer, he replied, replied, reply, respond, he responded, retorted, retort, acknowledged, acknowledged whatever help he had given. Ask, question, inquire. Inquire, you can have both the spellings, E-N-Q-U-I-R-E or E-I-N-Q-U-I-R-E. Query, he questioned. He had a query. How we use that word? In place of he questioned, he had query. Interrogated, he was interrogated. Who interrogated? Police interrogated. Police asked questions. So in different contexts we'll use these words. That you should know. Awful, it was very awful. Distasteful, dreadful, very fearful, frightening, terrible, hateworthy, abominable, unpleasant, bad, depraved, no, morally very corrupt, depraved, depravity, rotten, contaminated, sinful. Many of these words we may not use exactly the same. It can't be a substitute, but they are similar in meaning. They are coming closer in meaning. But different contexts we have to use these words. Like here, depraved, morally corrupt, rotten eggs, contaminated atmosphere, contaminated. So different contexts you'll see in full also. You'll use different context. Beautiful, gorgeous, dazzling, splendid, magnificent. So use these words in different contexts when you are going to speak in front of the audience. You can make use of these words: dazzling, gorgeous, splendid, magnificent. Begin, start, open, launch, initiate. Initiate something. You should have initiative. And here all these words are what? They are all verbs. And when you are looking for that, a synonym of that word, you have to find out which part of speech that word belongs to. It will be easier for you to find out. Big, enormous, huge, immense, gigantic. Titanic was gigantic. Brave, courageous, fearless, dauntless. Interpret, interpret, fearless. Interpret means fearless. Undaunted means abate, dauntless, abate, no fear at all. So interpret, very important word. Interpret, fearless. Break, fracture, wreck, shipwreck, crash, plane crash, demolish, demolish, building demolished. Bright, sparkling, shimmering, radiant, vivid, vivid, very bright, very vivid colors. Calm, he was at calm. Quiet, it was quite peaceful, unruffled, tranquil, sages will have tranquility. So they will be at calm. tranquility. So calm, quiet, peaceful, unruffled, tranquil. Your tone should change with words that you utter. Come, approach. He approached, he came to me, he approached me. Advance. He advanced his move, came nearer, near, arrive. Come, approach, advance, near, arrive. Cool. Be cool, chilly, cold, frosty, frigid. His mood, frosty, frigid, crooked, bent. So it was bent, crooked, twisted, zigzag, hooked. So crooked, cry, weep, wail, crying, loudly wailing, sobbing, ball, cut, slice, bread slices, so slice the bread, carve, slice the loaf of bread, carving, carve, cleave, slit. We are using the different contexts here. Dangerous. So dangerous, it's adjective. Danger. Perilous, peril, danger. Hazards. So peril, hazard, you're all familiar with that. But dangerous, that's adjective word, that's why perilous, hazardous, risky, uncertain. It was quite perilous, it was quite risky, it was quite dangerous, uncertain. He was not sure about all that. He was taking a lot of risk there. It was uncertain what would happen, what would be the outcome of it. Dark, shadowy, unlit. It was lit, unlit. Murky, gloomy. A gloomy atmosphere there prevailed there in the house. Decide, determine, settle, choose, resolve, determine, resolve. His resolution, his determination, his decision. Definite, certain, sure, positive, determine. Now I am quite sure you are getting that. It is not necessary that same meaning is required. What is very much important is similar in meaning. Delicious, savory, savor, savory, delectable, appetizing, luscious, very tasty. Describe, portray, characterize, picture it, narrate. So you'll use narrate, narrate the story, characterize all those characters that you have come across, portray them, describe them, destroy, ruin, demolish, raids, slay, kill, difference, disagreement, inequity, contrast, dissimilarity, do, execute the plan, do, enact, carry out. So what is carry out? It's a phrase, finish. And sometimes they'll give you a word and they in the options they'll give even phrases. Dull, unimaginative, lifeless, tedious. The work was very tedious, tiring, very dull, tiresome. Eager, very important word, eager. He was very keen. He was very eager to do that. Fervent, enthusiastic, involved. He was totally engrossed in that, absorbed in that, involved in that, enthusiastically involved in that. Fervent devotion. End, stop, finish, terminate, conclude, enjoy, appreciate, delight. So here the phrase is used delight in. You enjoy something, you delight in that activity. Be pleased, be happy, indulge in, get involved in that, indulge in, you enjoy. Appreciate can mean you like that. Explain, elaborate, explain further, clarify, define, interpret. Fair, just, impartial, unbiased, not biased, unbiased, partial, impartial. So fair judgment, just, justice. This justice from the word justice, just. It was quite just. It was quite fair. So there was no injustice. Impartial, unbiased, objective, pride and prejudice. So here, impartial, unbiased, prejudiced. Now fall, drop, descend, plunge, topple. False, fake, fraudulent. So something fake, fraud. You are familiar with the word fraud, but you're fraudulent, counterfeit, spurious. So all these are what? These are all adjectives. So that's why fraudulent. And what about fraud? It's a noun form. So false, fake, fraudulent, counterfeit, spurious. Spurious liquor you must have come across in the newspaper. Counterfeit currency, counterfeit notes. So in different contexts we use these words. Fast, quick, rapid, hasty, hasty decision, swiftly, very quickly, very swiftly is moved. Fat, stout, obese, you are familiar with the word obese. Corpulent, paunchy, plump. So fat, stout, corpulent, paunchy, plump. Fear, fright. It was quite frightening. It was quite dreadful, dread. Fear again. Fright, fear. Terror. It was alarming. You're familiar with the word terrible, terrifying, terror, horror. So horror film we use that. Horror again, horrifying, terrifying. And he was very much scared of all that. And we have seen the word fearless, interpret, undaunted, dauntless. So they all antonyms of that. Fly, soar high. So fly, soaring high. Soar, to fly higher. Hover. So hover. Flit, again flying. Flit, wing. So the ideas had wings, so they were flying their wing. So fly, soar, hover, flit, wing. And let's see here the word funny. I'm quite sure you'll be finding it quite interesting, the word funny. Humorous. Something funny is quite humorous. So humor and humorous. Humorous is adjective. Funny is adjective. Whereas fly is verb. So when OUS comes, be sure that it's an adjective. Something very amusing. Using ing form or using ed form, you can have adjective form too. So it was quite funny. It was quite amusing. It was quite interesting. It was humorous, drolling, droll, and it was quite laughable. Now, but laughable, what is it? It's an adjective. ABLE, when it comes, you be sure that it's an adjective. And today we have seen a number of synonyms. Again and again, go through these synonyms. Use them in different contexts, and definitely your expression, your presentation will be quite impressive. I'm quite sure it will be mesmerizing. Goodbye. Thank you.